computer. Today we're going to be creating a fun piece of art that anybody can do regardless of your skill level. Today we're going to be creating this Winter Wonderland Snowman out of beach sand and paint. This is a great project and you're going to have a fun time creating it. The materials that you'll need for this painting are actually very simple. You're going to need to start off, obviously, with a canvas. This is a simple 11 by 14 canvas that I have painted flat black. As for your brushes, you're just going to need some simple brushes here. I've got a simple number 3 round, just a round brush, as well as 2 flathead brushes. Very simple, basic brushes. As for your paints, you're going to want to use acrylic. Acrylic is going to be mixed very well with some of the other materials that we're using. We have a simple orange. We have a basic blue. We have black, and we have some white. Very simple. Now for the extra exciting pieces that we're going to use. You're going to need a plastic spoon. This project is so simple. If you can bake a cake or put frosting on a cake, you can do this painting. You're going to use the spoon almost as much as you're going to use your paintbrushes. You're going to need a small amount of sand. Now this is sand you could get outside. You can get in your yard and get some sand. You could go to the store, some Hobby Lobby and some other stores like that will carry some sand. You could also go to the beach and get some sand. Anywhere you can get sand, just some real basic sand. There's nothing special about this. You're also going to need plastic cups as well as some styrofoam bowls. The next thing we're going to be using is some ribbon. This is just some simple Christmas ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. Nothing really fancy. But you know, get some cute ribbon. You don't want it to be too thick. You want to keep this pretty thin. This is, I believe, an inch thick, an inch wide rather, and then however long doesn't matter. Now here's where the fun part comes in. We're going to be taking some basic materials from outside your yard. You're going to go outside, you're going to find a tree or a stick or something with a lot of little branches on it. I found this in the yard after we did some lawn care. I just picked it up. This is a great simple old tree branch. Now the next thing you're going to need are these. Now I cut these off of a Christmas tree. This is a part of a Christmas tree, just a fir tree. These are some branches off of that. I just clipped them a little bit when I was trimming the hedges outside. Very simple thing. You could get these if you wanted to use fake plants. You could get some fake plants at the store. That would be fine too. But I like to use the real thing because what we're going to be using these for are these trees that are in the original painting. You can see that these trees and sticks are actually on the ground and in the trees. What's wonderful about this is even using real plants, when you stick them into the acrylic actually seals it, and so it acts as a way to preserve the tree. This painting is over 2 years old, and the plants are still very lush green color, so that's fantastic. As you can see, we've got our palette laid out. Very simple. We've got our cadmium orange, ivory black, a cerulean blue, which is like a cyan blue, and a titanium white. We also have our blue glitter. This is just a very simple glitter. You can get this anywhere. It's very small flake. You want to get the smallest flakes that you can in your glitter. And this is our palette. This is what we're going to be using for our project. Our canvas is laid out. Once again, it's already been pre-painted. It's just a nice flat black. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our cerulean blue. If you want to mix a little tiny bit of black in it, you can, just to make the blue a little bit darker. Very simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our canvas and we're just going to lay in some basic sky. We're just going to be putting it in. We're holding our brush not flat and pushing down. We're using it sideways like this. And we're just rubbing the brush onto the side a little bit, and we're just creating a semblance of some atmosphere, some cloud cover in the sky. This is a nighttime painting, and so you just want to put a little bit of color to let the viewer know that there is some just some color to break everything up. Right away, with the paint still wet, we're going to want to take our glitter. And we're just going to sprinkle a tiny bit of glitter onto the areas of the paint that is wet. And what that's going to do is that's going to stick, and that's going to create our nice, kind of like stars in the sky. It just gives it a little bit of pizzazz to it. I think that it looks really good to do that. I enjoy using glitter in a lot of my art. Now for the fun part. We're going to add just a little bit more blue. We're going to bring the colors down around the snowman. We're going to start to create some hills in the background. And so what we're doing is we're taking our colors, we're taking a little bit of blue and a little bit of white, mixing them together. Just a little bit more blue. And we're just going to paint in a rough hill, just a rough hill. Nothing too fancy, just a little bit of background, a little bit of snowy background for our snowman. And we're going to want to fill this in as much as we can. Very simple. This is not rocket science. This is something that anybody can do regardless of skill level, which is fantastic. That's one of the things I enjoy about doing these types of paintings for large groups. Then we'll add a little bit more white onto the bottom part. And we'll just fill that in a little bit. Now if you want, what you could do is you can say, okay, where is the light source coming from? Is it coming from this side or is it coming from this side? For this painting, we'll make it coming from this side. So what you can do is you can take a little bit of just straight white and just kind of put it on this side of the hill like that. Don't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to look perfect. Just lay it out nice and flat like that. That's all you need to do, and you are done at this point. So go ahead and start with a simple black paint with a small flat brush, and we're going to design the snowman's hat. So somewhere at the top, what you want to do is simply draw or paint a circle or an oval shape. Pretty good size shape. Not too big, not too small, but definitely a nice solid oval shape. A little bit more black, and then once you have that oval shape, we want to go straight up from it and simply make a rectangle shape. Very, very, very simple. So you create an oval, and then you just bring down with a rectangle. Very simple. Very basic, simple shapes. Now for the highlight, without cleaning your brush, you're going to go straight into some white. And we're going to take our brush and we're going to create the rim of the hat by holding our brush sideways and just kind of pulling along the top. And then to create, remember our light source is coming from the left-hand side. We're going to take our brush again and we're going to simply touch the end of that hat and pull ever so slightly this way. And as you can see, that creates a nice rounded, gives the hat a three-dimensional effect. If you want to go at the top to kind of bring that along, you can do that as well. Or if you wanted to go from the side a little bit, you could do the same thing. Now we have a nice three-dimensional look to the hat. We need a brim on the hat, a little decoration on the hat. What you can do is go into some straight orange. You notice I really haven't cleaned my brush yet. It's quite all right. Go into some orange very thickly and simply take it around the side here, around the brim area, and pull your paint across like so. And now you have a nice brim on your hat. Another thing that you can do for a little more realism, go into the black a little bit. Remember, our highlights are on this side, so our shadow would be on this side. With the black, simply go in, touch this side, and just add a little bit on the brim there, and you have a nice shadow. If you wanted to go with a highlight, dip it into the white paint, again from this side, and just touch and drag a little bit. And there you have a beautiful hat for our snowman.